Okay, we are talking about fraction multiplication today, and this is page 13. I said fraction, I meant decimals. And the nice thing about this is that multiplying decimals is pretty much exactly like multiplying whole numbers. You just have to know where to stick the decimal. That's all it is. So the bad news about that is if you don't do well with multiplying whole numbers, this is not going to be any easier. Okay, so let's take an example of, well, first of all, remember what I said about place value, how each place is 10 times smaller than the place in front of it. And so that's why when we take away the decimal, we're just changing place value, and so then we can put the decimal back in and get the place value right. I'm probably talking too much. So let's start with like 0.4 times 7. Now, if I have 4/10 7 times, that's going to end up being 28/10. If I have 28/10, that's enough to make 2 wholes and have 8/10 stay not as a whole. So the way I can do a problem like this is this is going to be like a magical on-cue amnesia. So poof, we're going to forget about the decimal. And we're just going to do 4 times 7. 4 times 7 we know is 28. Then, poof, we're going to remember the decimal. Okay? In this case, we had one place value that was behind the decimal in the problem. So one place value is going to be behind the decimal in the answer. So because our 4/10 was behind the decimal, one place number behind the decimal in the problem means one place value behind the decimal in the answer. I also should put on my common sense hat and think, all right, 4/10 is less than a whole. So if it was 1 times 7, 1 times 7 would be 7, and 4/10 times 7 should be less than 7. So if I get a number bigger than 7, bigger than my estimate of what a whole number would be, then I know something has gone wrong. All right, let's do one more with some more exciting numbers maybe. So this problem, we're going to do it in the same general area. Let's do 13.5 times 2700. So first of all, when we were multiplying decimals, we needed to line up the dot. We don't need to do that when we multiply. When we multiply, we poof, forget the decimal. And so I set up my problem like 135 times 27. Okay? I've poof, forgotten the decimal, and this is what I get. Now I multiply just like I normally would. 7 times 5 is 35, carry the 3. 7 times 3 is 21. 21 plus 3 is 24. 7 times 1 is 7. Plus 2 is 9. Placeholder 0. 2 times 5 is 10. Carry the 1. 2 times 3 is 6. 6 plus 1 is 7. 2 times 1 is 2. Add them up. 5, 4, 16, 3. All right, so I'm just going to rewrite this where I can see it a little bit better. 135 times 27 is 3,645. Now, poof, I remember to put the decimal back in. So I go back and look, and I had 1, 2, 3 place values behind the decimal in the problem. So when I write the answer, I need to have 1, 2, 3 place values behind the answer, or 3 place values behind the decimal in the answer.